We all have the same 24 hours in a day. Have you ever noticed how some people tend to get so much more done and accomplished during their days, years, and even lifetimes, while others just struggle to get the bare minimum done enough to get through the day? The difference in these two people are not intelligence, not upbringing, or even their environment, but actually just their own ability to be productive, which is just a learned skill through their daily habits. What's up, guys? I'm Will with thewillgrant.com, and in this video I'm going to give you 3 to 5 simple tips that's going to increase your own level of productivity, that's going to turn you into a super performer accomplishing all of your goals. So the number 1 tip I can give you guys to increase your own level of productivity is to know your what. Actually know what you're trying to accomplish, not just today, but over a long period of time, say over 20 years, 10 years, and even where you want to be at the end of this year, this month, and even this week. I would recommend periodically writing down your bigger long-term and short-term goals, so that every day that you wake up, you can write down the 3 things that you're going to accomplish that day to get closer to exactly that. It's an extremely effective practice to write down your goals, to know exactly where you want to be, so you know exactly what you have to do today. So you want to make sure that you have that long-term goal in mind, and then every single day figure out what you can do each day to get closer to exactly that. I actually like to use this exact sketchbook here, where I will write down all of my long-term goals, my yearly goals, my monthly goals. Every week I'll write down what I want to accomplish that week. Down to every single day, I'll write down the 3 things that I'm going to do with that day. And what this does is it just gives your mind a clear idea of exactly what you're trying to do and exactly how to do it. The number 2 tip that I can give you guys is put first things first. Now that we know where we want to be and what we have to do, stop for a moment and think about what is the number 1 thing that is going to create the biggest impact in getting you closer towards these goals, and start there. So now that we know exactly what we're going to do, the best thing that we could do next is actually create time blocks for each project or goal for that day. It really works to have at least an hour and a half to almost 3 hours for each one of those tasks at hand, and where there's no distractions, no multitasking, where you're just giving all of your intelligence, all of your being, using all of your senses towards that task at hand. And when we do that, that's actually when we're not only going to get our best work, but get our most productive work as well. Also, I hate to say it, is during this time block, make sure your phone is either on airplane mode or stored away, because that is one of the biggest distractions that is just going to take your intelligence and your being away from that project at hand, and then you're going to lose that ability to really focus and zone in on that project that you're working on. So the number 4 tip that I can give you guys is know thy time. It becomes extremely effective again to actually take inventory of where your time is going throughout the day. So literally, if it's using your sketchbook to write down within each hour of what you're spending your time on throughout the day. Even the highest, most effective CEOs become extremely surprised when they do this, of how much time that they actually waste or just spend on things that don't bring their life value. So the last and final tip that I can give you guys is make sure that you set aside time every single day or week to rest, rejuvenate, and to process everything that's going on. And that's actually when our best ideas are going to flow through and give us the knowledge of knowing exactly what to do next. Because if we're waking up every single morning at the crack of dawn, grinding and pushing it out throughout the whole entire day without that time to rest and rejuvenate, it's really going to create an imbalance in our lives that's going to affect our level of happiness, on top of really losing our ability to stay productive and using all of our intelligence towards our goals. If any of you guys want to do any reading or further research on just increasing your level of productivity, I highly recommend this book, The Effective Executive. It's actually been one of the hugest helps in me in understanding how to be as productive as possible, and it's one of my favorite books, so I'll actually leave it in the description below. If this video helped in any way, please make sure to give it a big old thumbs up and think about subscribing, because I'm coming out with new videos every single week. And like always, make sure to check out my website as well for all the new updates at www.thewillgrant.com. Thanks, and see you soon.